Welcome to Diva's Two Cents, where we take complicated matters and make them uncomplicated for the masses. Today, we have Ann LeMaster, who is a dynamic woman. At the age of 72, she authored her first book, Heaven Sent, created her Common Sense Living podcast, and launched her speaking MC career, all in less than 9 months. I'm so proud to have her with us today. The following year, she had a chapter in the 3 anthologies and launched her Taming Diabetes Differently coaching and course. Isn't that fantastic? She's authentic, humble, and leads by example, radiating her integrity. She inspires everyone she encounters that you can do whatever or obtain whatever they desire. So she feels and states that age and gender doesn't matter, that the environment you grew up in is just a springboard to your journey. You use it, don't let it use you. That's what she says. Now, if an opportunity was offered to her, what if she declined by saying no? She would always wonder that. What could have, what could have, what would have been, what could have been. But she said yes, and the rest is history in the making. Please join me in welcoming Ann LeMaster, because she excitedly says she's never been this happy, energetic, and confident. Hello, Ann. How are you?
Hi, Diva. I'm awesome, and I want to thank you so much for having me on your show today. I appreciate it.
Oh, we're honored. We're honored to have you. I met you a couple of years ago,
hmm
and I kept watching you, and I'm like, wow, I'm at awe at all of what you've done and what you've accomplished. Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, I'm 74 now, and people say, quit saying you're so old, and quit saying it. I said, no, I'm aging younger. Age is just a number. I'm honored to feel this old, to not to feel it, but to be this old. And I really do feel like I'm younger than when I was 50. I'm not as in good a shape as I was when I was 50, but attitude and everything, nah, it's just an attitude. So
It's just a
uh
number, right?
yeah, it's just a number. It's what you do in life that matters. I mean, some people die very young and they've accomplished a lot, and others live very old and haven't done a darn thing except rock in the rocking chair. And that's not me. I love to learn. And then what good does it do to learn if you don't share that knowledge? And that's why I started my Common Sense Living podcast. Um, and I've had some pretty awesome guests on there. And I don't share my information as much as I'd like to, because I'm limited, because I have somebody do it for me. And I'm limited to only 2 a month. And it kind of, so anyway, I share between other people and my information, and that's why I'm starting my oops, I don't know, you can see it, Taming Diabetes Differently course, and the class. And I have, can I announce this? I'm so tickled. I had my doctor appointment, and I shared with him what I was doing, and I gave him an example from a year ago of what had happened. Um, and he was impressed. And how did I do it? And I said, well, through my course. And I asked him, could I put a one sheet in his office? Would he be supportive of that? Sure, just bring it by. So I dropped it off yesterday. So yes, it's official. I'll be working with my doctor too,
Oh my gosh,
with his
wonderful.
with his needy clients. So I'm tickled for that. Yeah, and it's
What
not. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, what exactly does taming diabetes mean to you? Because
Ha.
I'm curious. I'm so curious. You're going to be
Well,
working with your doctor.
Well, I'm a nurse and a certified health coach, and I'm doing it under my health coaching because what my approach, my belief it's that's why it's in the title. And let me say, God speaks to me. So this is directed by God. And I had come back from a speech in Colorado, a healing conference. And 2 days later, this voice from the left comes up here and says, you need to start your Taming Diabetes course now. And I said, yes, I do, but you need to help me with technology. And that's how it got started. So Taming Diabetes Differently, the differently is, if you always do it the way the medical system says, you'll always have it and you'll die from it. So if you do it differently, you can arrest it or cure it, so to speak, eliminate it. Let's put it that way, not cure.
Okay.
And I've done it myself, and I'm a sugarholic, always have been all my life. And so with that, and it came to me yesterday, I'm starting the coaching program, and I asked my husband, what does he think of this as a name? WIFT, WIFD, because these four components work together: your weight, inflammation, food, and the diabetes. So what you eat causes the inflammation causes the weight, and then you're unhealthy and you've got diabetes. So I think that that's kind of a cool little acronym in a way, but I'm still playing with that. I haven't
Oh,
on the
goodness.
course yet. Hmm?
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Do you find that some people don't even know they have diabetes?
Yes, yes. There's a lot of
What,
people.
what should we do? Should we go and get tested?
Oh,
Are there
definitely.
signs like, how would I know? Would I feel it?
Hmm. Well, I think it's that you would feel something is amiss in your body. You're maybe really thirsty, or you've got this crash, where you just don't have the energy and you don't feel right, that kind of thing. So I advocate everybody at least every year needs to go to the doctor and get their A1C done at least. And locally with my program, I do biometric screenings as my job to keep me in the loop with the nursing and easy with the finger sticks. And I do A1C on my husband and I every month, and that keeps us on track. I do periodically just the finger stick, but the A1C, then if I do the class locally, I can offer that and at an additional cost, minimal, because to me it's not about making the money. Now, I know that sounds contradictory in this money hungry world. I grew up where you helped your neighbor. You had a storm, took the barn down. The neighbors got together and built it back up, kind of like the Amish do. So I grew up in the 50s that way, and family and helping and integrity and all those good qualities that aren't taught any longer. And so as an elder, I feel I have so much to offer. And I don't want to, how do I say this? Some people that you and I probably both know in the entrepreneur realm, they they think I should charge for my course like $1,000. And I say, I'm in San Antonio now. And I say, people in San Antonio can't afford that. Oh, they can if they want to get healthy. Yeah, but they can't afford it. They can't. So to me, it's not about making the money. To me, it's about helping my heart, my soul to be happy. And if I can save just one person's life, I've done what I'm supposed to do. So if a person really can't afford it and they're just not giving me a line, I kind of think I'd know it. My intuition's really pretty cool, pretty keen. But back to not being about the money, I would rather do it minimal cost. I want to make a little money and save or help a lot of people rather than a lot of money and save one or two.
Right,
Those that can afford it don't need it because they're probably eating organic already.
right,
So
right.
anyway,
Wow. So,
I
so
guess I
what?
could have said that in a sentence.
No, but what's the difference between getting pricked and getting those little things that you see on TV that people put on?
Mm. So one of the courses I took cost me $1,000. And that's what got me started on doing this. Yes, that's why I need to make money because
Wow.
it's not cheap. And being diabetic isn't cheap financially, whether insurance or pays for it, or it's not cheap when it comes to your body. You're paying a price, whether it's financial or physically, mentally. And I know people that have it and they don't do anything about it. And it's family here in San Antonio. And they came one time and I tested them. And she hadn't tested her sugar for a while and she was over 300.
Oh my
And it's
goodness.
like, slap her in the face. Would you wake up, girl? No, too many people. If you don't, and her mom died from complications. Her leg was amputated and further complications. So she knows the outcome. Most people know the outcome, but are they too afraid, or do they have that false belief that the medical society has put on them that there's no cure for it? You have to take X, Y, Z, whatever, all these um, diabetic medications or something, you know. No, I forgot you. I think you asked me a question. I forgot what it was. I get on a rant.
The difference between pricking and
Oh,
the little
yes.
machine, but you mentioned it was so
Yes.
expensive.
So, okay, that course I took, you had to do every 90 minutes and like a half an hour, I mean an hour after you ate to track what your blood sugar was. And my fingers, I told my husband, "Oh my God, my fingers hurt so much. I can't do this." So I went to the doctor and I said, "Can I have one of those glucose monitoring things?" And they were really cool. You know, you alcohol your arm and then you go and put it like that. And it's just a minute, tiny little thing. And there you walk around with this little round thing on you. And it's easy and it tracks on your phone. It'll alert you and all that. But for me, because I didn't have diabetes, it cost me $130 for that. And
Mm.
if you, and of course, you know, insurance will pay for it. So
Oh,
I decided, nah, I didn't like that thing anymore. And I had tracked me enough to know. So I would do the little finger sticks now, uh, whenever I feel like it, just sometimes just for fun.
oh, okay. So for those of you that are listening, and now, do you just take take clients in the San Antonio area,
Oh
or do
no,
you? It doesn't matter where.
no, it doesn't matter where. It'll be on Zoom and then I can send the recordings. I am not a techie, so bear with me on that.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Well, it sounds exciting. Where do you see this this whole industry about diabetes going in the near future, like within a couple of years? Do you see a lot of changes?
That's going to depend on the people themselves. Are they going to demand changes? Oh, let me talk about a demand. Um, no, let me go way back in the 80s when I was going to school and my nursing class was asked, and this is where all the illness in the US, well, in the world, I suppose, had begun with this. They asked, what's more important, the brain or the gut? So 30 of us are hashing around. Well, if your brain dead, nothing works, so it's got to be the brain, right? No, they have come out now that it is the gut. The gut affects everything. And they knew it then. And in the 80s, that's when all the junk food really hit the market big time. It just blew. So we have diet soda. And back in the 80s, uh, nobody was fat from soda. But I noticed the more that they drank and the more junk that they ate, the fatter they were getting. And it's not a solid fat of being fat. It's a fluffy fat is the way I call it. Um, and how does that happen? Because you're inflamed from the junk that you put in your body, because it's not a natural substance for your body. And so your cells just suck onto it and they hold it. And I used to say that then that fat cell gets so big that it pops and now you have two. It was a layman kind of concept. And then when I delved into it even more, no, it's that it just fills up and the body creates more fat cells. I had a finger stick client one time, good looking dude. Yeah, if I was younger and single, you know, good looking dude. And I looked at him, I said, I bet you have a cool car, don't you? Oh, yeah. I said, I bet you wash that baby and you can just see him beaming and you wax it and you know, you just take maximum care of that car, best gas, everything. Oh, yeah. And I said, and he's beaming just, oh, yeah, so proud. And I asked him, then why don't you do that to your body? And boom, it's like I just slapped him good. You take better care of your car than you do of yourself. And that's a kind of impression that I want to make on people. You got to drive the impact so they get the message.
But
So back to,
sometimes, would you
mhm.
say that you gain weight because of diabetes, because you're inflamed, or do you
Yes,
just gain weight because you're eating so much? I mean, sugar is contain. I mean, it's a habit. It makes you cringe and cur. You want sugar. It
right. You want more.
calls you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
how do
part
you?
of
What?
why you keep eating is because you're hungry, because you're not nourished. You can eat a lot less and be nourished. And so I I'm human. I do 80% organic and 20%, well, you know, you can't get away from it. And it's the toxic chemicals that are also the glyphosate, Roundup, all those kind of things, all the stuff and Roundup is sprayed on the wheat before harvest. So you get a real good dose of that toxic poison, which then your body has to deal with. How can your body heal when it's constantly cleaning up, you know? Yeah, how can you have a clean kitchen floor when all you do is throw, accidentally even, you got a spill there and a broken glass there and all this stuff. You're constantly cleaning up and you don't ever have that shiny looking kitchen. So the body's the same way when you put the junk in it. So I was doing a job and I asked this soda company, and I said, how come you put aspartame back in the product? Oh, because people are demanding it. The customer wants it. Oh, okay. No, I didn't challenge them, but I know it's not, and anybody with half a brain knows, if they think about it, a critical thinker especially, they know that it's not the people demanded it. The people stopped buying it because it didn't taste as good. So indirectly, they demanded it because they didn't buy it. So the stock market demanded it. So they put it back in a toxic, nasty chemical for money.
Yeah. You have cravings for that stuff too, because
Yes.
it's addicting.
And then there you go. You get it around the middle and everything. And now you don't feel, well, you feel ugly. I've been heavier. At one point, I was 190 pounds. Yeah, that's when I had met my current husband. And oh, yeah, 3 glasses of wine at one meal. Oh, yeah. I wasn't used to the finer things in life like that. And he gave me a sample of it. And, it's just, and we ate what we wanted. We vacationed and stuff. I didn't pay attention to it. And well, then I just decided, So, yeah, now I'm back down 40 some pounds less.
Wow.
I think if I did my math right.
So when you're careful with what you eat, and that is kind of hard nowadays because you go to the supermarket and the shelves are just full of this stuff, and you have to read everything. By the time you leave there, you've read an encyclopedia of ingredients that you can't even pronounce.
I know. So I love to learn, as I said earlier. So yesterday I was reading an article, the QR codes, in order to hide things from the public that are getting more aware, they put a QR code on. So if you don't have a cell phone or a QR code reader, you don't know. And they will tell you in that QR code what's in it, chemical wise.
Okay.
Instead of putting it on the package, right? And we're shopping, we're in a hurry, we've got little kids, whatever, and you got to keep track of them and grab this and get home and make supper. You don't have time to read, get out the QR code for every item you've got. Why don't they just put non-GMO on it?
Right.
Well, we know why.
So my goodness. So Ann, how long is the course?
2 months.
Oh, is it every week?
It will be every week, yes. I plan on doing it on Wednesdays at 7:00 Central Time is what I was planning. Did you say course or
the course, the diabetes course?
Yes, the actual course, yes. Well, the weekly course, yeah, the weekly course. And then actually both of them would be the course or the program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
and I can work around a person if they work nights and can't make it, I plan to record it, so.
That's great. How does someone get a hold of you for this course?
Well, that's interesting because I have a Taming Diabetes at yahoo.com that I just can't seem to get it up on my computer. I don't know. So they can get a hold of me with my regular email, Ann LeMaster at yahoo.com. So that's ANNLEMASTER at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And then we'll have a call and see if they fit the program. Because first off, it's attitude. What you think about, you bring about. So can you change your life? No, I can't. Well, sorry. Enjoy what you've got left of it. Toodaloo. That sounds a little.
Diabetes does take away a couple of years from your life.
Oh, yes. And the quality of life as you slide down the slope. Vision problems, lethargic, just amputations, blood flow, all that. Mental, it leads to so many things. And it's such a shame. And it breaks my heart that the rich, no, let's not blame the rich. The money hungry companies would rather push toxicity than health. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to inspire, support, educate, have people grow back into the life that they're supposed to have, that they want to have. And that alone just excites me.
Yeah, yeah. I could see it. I could see it. It just your face just radiates when you talk about
Yeah,
it.
because you
Yeah.
can. You can fix it. You might not be back to maximum, but you're going to be better than you were. Now, honestly, if somebody's like an 8 on their A1C, I don't have as much expectation for them getting over that diabetes, but they can certainly bring it down. And of course, they
But
would work with their doctor.
how much does exercise play into the, or what role
Oh,
does exercise play into this?
yeah, it's the whole gamut of everything. You have to move. Mm, it's like the car. The car's just going to sit there and rust away unless it gets the enjoyment of running on the road, whether it's 5 mile an hour, 50 or more. So the same with the body. You have to work it to get the blood to pump. So walking or squats or walking is always a great thing. 10 minutes after a meal, that's a great way. And that's minimal. Or 10 minutes now, 10 minutes 4 hours from now, whatever. Fit it in wherever you can. If you're in an office, actually one of the jobs I had, they had one of those great big beach ball things.
Huh?
And posture wise, and what that was her chair because she had constant exercise keeping her body in motion in balance. And I thought
Well,
that was really
chuckle.
really, yeah.
I chuckled because we had one of those. I almost killed myself with it.
Yeah,
I
well, you
saw
weren't
one
in
of
good enough shape yet apparently, huh? Yeah, well, I have one at the house, but I have to have it hidden because I have cats that have claws and I would
those.
have a flattened ball.
I got, I got you.
But
So
yeah, walking is the
exercising,
easiest.
walking. Okay. So
But you can have weights at your chair or just do the neck, arm stretches, whatever. Just get up, sit down, do that a few times.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I know I go back to the Jack LaLanne days when it was just very simple, you know. You didn't need this elaborate piece of equipment in your gym to get the exercise you need. I mean, you can use your chair, you can get up.
Right.
So that's just an excuse that I don't have a treadmill or I don't
Right.
have those are just excuses. And more importantly, I'm the type I impulse shop.
Uh-huh.
anything anything that looks sweet, I pick it up. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. Well, a lot of us are like that. But you said the treadmill, and I think that's interesting because when I was single many years ago, I think I was around 50 then, and I was in the best shape of my life. I was in the best shape of my life. I had a treadmill in my living room, and Oprah Winfrey was on. So I'd come home from work, I'd get on that treadmill, and I'd just burn off whatever the day, somebody said something that upset me, and 4 mile an hour or whatever on that treadmill. That kept me for an hour, and I watched Oprah and I got my exercise in. If we didn't do that, a gal I worked with, we walked around the park 4 laps or so. And it was the greatest thing we um how do you say that? That's how we handled the stress. We burned it off doing that instead of going home and thinking about it and sitting in the chair and I'm going to have a glass of wine now and get over it or whatever. No, we took charge. Yeah. And now I spend most of my time in my garden.
Hmm, that's really good. Now, where are you located again?
I'm in San Antonio.
Okay, San Antonio. And folks can get a hold of you by going to your Yahoo, right? Ann
Yeah.
LeMaster
And
at
Ann
Yahoo,
LeMaster at yahoo.com.
at yahoo.com. So there you have it, guys. I mean, if you even think that you may have diabetes, go just check. I mean, really, we've got to take care of our bodies. This is not like someone, and I don't remember who said it, but this is not a practice life. We're here we have to live in the moment, and we have to live healthy so that we can live longer,
so
right?
that you can live.
So that
Yeah.
we, that's right. Now, what's next for Miss Ann LeMaster? Because thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
everything.
I leave the door open. God will surprise me. And one day he said, "You need to have a summit, Anne." I go, "Oh, okay." So that's in the back burner. Yeah. Right now, oh yeah, this is great. Um I did a summit. Okay, let's back up to January. I went to Philly for speaking, which of course I didn't win, and that was okay because I met so many incredible people. And I'm sitting in the car while the gal's unloading the stuff. I'm keeping track of the car because I'm not dressed for the cold weather. And my second email was, "Do you want to speak?" And I said, "Ah, God, I'm not even home yet. Now you're giving me another offer?" Well, of course I do. So I get home, I called, I had the interview, and so I'm on this summit. And I met a gal named Rosemary. And I had put out that we need to stay connected to some of these people, right? And she connects with me. And lo and behold, she told me about this product that's coming out. And I'm just enthralled to learn something new about health. And now I hate Vegas, Las Vegas. It's a town I love to hate. And of course, I said yes to that opportunity. So I am going to Vegas the end of this month, and I'm going to learn all about this product. And I already bought it. And it's fascinating because it's a detox product. And I know detox is so important. And there's so much detox products out there. And I have a jar of a powder that's a greens. And I think, yes, that's what I say. Information comes to me and I think about it. Does it make sense or not? And I might put it on the back burner and come back to that at another time. But I have this powder and it tastes good. Tastes good because it's got a sweetener in it. And the powder, oh yes, organic, but even organic has chemicals on it. So this zeolite product, I'm going to learn more about it, but I bought it and I started taking it, and it's like just 10 little drops in water in the morning and 10 little drops of water at night for a maintenance dose. She had a dog that had diabetes and not going to live maybe 6 months at most.
Wow.
And she gave it this product for the dog. 18 months later, diabetic free.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome. So I was intrigued and I wanted to know more. So then they have, oh, what's the other one? Oh, I have pain in my leg. I had my leg injured 3.5 years ago. I wasn't even able to tie a shoe or hardly get my leg in a pant leg or put a shoe on, you know? So anyhow, I went to therapy and it's better. I'm back to 85%. But I have leg cramps so bad at night sometimes, and magnesium, I'm taking 600 milligrams magnesium. That wasn't doing it. So I used this other product that they have for pain relief. I used it the first night, did not have any cramps. Haven't had any cramps since, and that's been about 4 days ago. So
Wow.
am I sold on it?
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, go learn
once
all
I know
about it
more, I'm
and
going to
bring
keep
it back.
everybody,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll keep everybody informed about it once I know more about it. But so I'm going
absolutely.
on, I've already bought that I'm able to sell it, and I'm fascinated. So
Well, there you go. Well, everybody that knows me and knows that one of my slogans is numbers tell stories. And
mm,
what do your numbers tell you? So today we're talking about diabetes and your A1C, right? AC. What is it? A1C?
yes.
Okay, A1C number. Do you know what that number is? What
Oh,
is a
oh,
good A1C number? Like if for someone that doesn't know
give or
and
take 4.
okay,
Yeah. And 6, they consider diabetes.
okay.
And I usually, well, let's see, 4, 5.9. After I came back from Iowa, where my family eats nothing healthy. And I just didn't argue with it anymore. I just, okay, I come home, I do my A1C, I'm 5.9. I freaked out. The next day I started my program. 6 weeks later, I was 4.9.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how I know it works.
Okay.
Because
Okay, guys, so there you have it. You've got someone who's very interested in what you're doing and would love for you to join her in her Taming Diabetes program. And it's Ann LeMaster at yahoo.com. please
Correct.
join her. I can't. Do you have a last thought for everyone?
Ah,
Anything, anything that you'd like to share?
I think one of my favorite sayings is what you think about, you bring about. And that's so true because if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So I'll just and not that I'm telling people what to do. For me, it worked that I have God guide me, always has. Um, I've always been one that was different in that respect. And when I say God, I don't mean it's necessarily the Bible. There's God in every aspect of your life, but I know He leads me, and because I am blessed with health and a good mind and an ability to speak, and I don't live in fear, and so I can go out there and teach people things that they would love to know, don't know how to find out. Um, I just want to uplift people and make the world a better place for all of us.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Guys, if anything that we said today has resonated with you, please share, like, and share this video because there's someone out there that needs to hear this information. They really, really, truly needs to hear it and implement it. So thank you so much, Ann. I greatly appreciate that were able to join us today. Thank you. I love your background. I wish I was there at the beach.
I wish I was too. But it's a nice background. It's relaxing.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you. And you have an awesome day. All of you have an
Thank
awesome day.
thank you.